All right, y'all, we are live finally. After weeks and months and years of you know what being away, guys, we are officially live once again. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed, guys. We are about to be diving into this Bitcoin and altcoin and stock market technical analysis. Shout out to everybody right now in the chat. Shout out to all my people in the chat. Guys, if we can get 1,000, you know what? I actually don't remember how many I said on Twitter, which is now called X, all right? It's now called X, but it's always going to be called Twitter, right? If we can get 1,133 likes, we will be doing a $500 giveaway. Shout out to everybody in the chat right here. Shout out to Crypto Incognito, yo, what is going on? Shout out to Rick Cogswell, what is going on, Rick? My man, shout out to Bout, he says, what is going on, boss? Yo, what is going on, Bout? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Shout out to Aditya Raj, we gonna dump or we gonna pump? We're gonna be getting into that, guys. We are gonna be getting into that. Shout out to Camille Markowicz, likes the stream and can wait for Jason in peace. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Father Time with the burning hearts. Shout out to we got a lot of double people in here. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Shout out to Gazgano in the chat. Shout out to James Nguyen. James Nguyen, what is going on, my man? Shout out to Crypto Tradester. Shout out to It's Crypto Now. He says, what is good? Man, we're going to be getting into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Shout out to Dusto. Shout out to V5DLX. What is going on? All right, guys. Well. We have a lot to talk about today with the Bitcoin price, guys. Let's just discuss quickly what's happening locally, and then we're going to get into really what I think. Are we going to see that next big pump up to $40,000, $50,000? Guys, it is very possible, okay, within the next few months that we see a $50,000 Bitcoin. All right. I can walk faster. I know, but I'm taking it a little easy on the walking lately, guys. You know, I'm just trying to take it a little easy. Shout out to Kadu. Hope the vacation was good. Yeah, it was good, guys. I went away with my wife because we had a little baby moon, right? My wife's expecting to give birth to a human baby soon. And so, yeah, I was away. We went hiking. We did a whole bunch of cool stuff, guys. It was a great time. Excited to get back into these Bitcoin charts. All right, excited to get back into these Bitcoin charts. First of all, let's talk about what has happened to Bitcoin early this morning. All right, and currently right now, because I think this is going to set the stage for pretty much the rest of the week, honestly. So when we check out the Bitcoin chart here, we see a few very interesting things. First of all, guys, we are trading within this sideways range, all right? On Friday, what happened? We came down to this very important area on the chart, which is basically a liquidity grab of some of these lows. In fact, not only was it a liquidity grab of the lows, but we were forming a symmetrical triangle right here. And the breakdown target of the symmetrical triangle was none other than that exact low. And this actually, when we come down to this breakdown target of the triangle, I mean, pretty much, guys, we hit that level to the dollar, which is how I was able to get into the long trade from that low, right? So I did take a long trade from that low on Friday. I just FOMO'd into it because I'm like, it's now or never. When we take a look at the chart, right, what do we see? We see that as we were coming down to this low, if we turn on our good friend Market Cypher B, we were in fact printing bullish divergences on these time frames, right? So check it out. As the price is getting lower into key support, we are seeing the momentum waves getting higher. In fact, when we hit it, the 12-minute money flow momentum wave was high, and also we can see the money flow getting higher over time. The medical term for this pattern is called the Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern, where just like how Sam Bankman-Fried's boobs are getting bigger over time, right? So as well, getting smaller over time, so as well the Bitcoin price, right? So from that time, we have seen actually, in my opinion, quite a bullish rise to the upside, because if we take a look at the chart and just look at everything that's traded here, Let's take a look at actually everything that has traded here, right? Let's take a look at all the volume. All right, we not only did we get the bounce, but we came back inside the value area of this range, and we actually did come all the way to the top of the value area. Now, this is very important. Whenever you are looking at volume in a sideways range, if price comes to the bottom of that range and dips below the fair value zone, what does that mean? It means oversold, right? It means the asset is oversold. There needs to be a correction to the upside, especially if you have the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man bibbly pattern. And so that's what we got. We get a move to the top of the range, and this is where things actually start to take a little bit of a bearish turn. Why? Because we came to the top of the range, and there was some liquidity that could be snagged from these highs, right? And we took that liquidity, and look at the chart as we were coming above the fair value zone. Well, gosh darn it, would you look at market cipher B? Momentum wave is getting lower, money flow getting lower. The medical term for this, again, is the bearish Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern. And that is how we were able to get into the short trade that I'm currently in right now on Bitcoin. So I am in what's known as a schlong, okay? A long and a short at the same time. I've locked in profits on both of these trades, and now I'm just gonna kind of see what happens here, all right? Shout out to Remo. He says, we gonna dump soon, mate. Well, mate, for some reason, when I read your comment, even though you're probably from the UK or Australia, because us American people don't say mate, I read it with a real southern hillbilly accent, mate. All right, Remo. Remo says we gonna dump. All right, he's a bear. Remo's a bear. Well, Remo, if you're correct in your analysis, bring it on, baby. Because I honestly feel that we probably gonna get a move to the downside eventually as well. All right, but right now we are coming to the local golden pocket Fibonacci, which is why we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Made for a nice little scalp trade, in my opinion. And we are going to wait and see if this is going to get any kind of follow through. Okay, so let's get back to the Bitcoin chart. All right, we're going to get back here to the Bitcoin chart. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, cool. We are back here on the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, so let's kind of take a look at the macro, right? At the macro here, before we move on. So really, what I'm looking at here is we're simply trading a sideways range, and if we pull the fib from the low to the high, you can see that the next very important zone of support is just going to be back down here at the lows, guys. Basically grabbing all the weekend liquidity and right back down to the low of the range where once again, the price of Bitcoin will be considered oversold, and we can look for that move to the upside. Now, are we going to get that move to the upside? Well, I think it's up for debate, honestly. But if there's one thing I could say for sure, it is this, right? A lot of people are very, very bullish on Bitcoin right now. A lot of people are very bullish, and for good reason too, because if we go to like the weekly time frame, let's just go to the weekly time frame here. Let's take a look at just the overall perspective of this chart, right? The Bitcoin price, remember how we were talking about value areas, fair value zones, right? If we take a look at everything that we have traded since the very beginning of 2021, right? We can see that we came down into the oversold territory, and then we flirted with this value area low. Now we've gotten a pretty significant break above, right? Now, this is a very significant break in my opinion, especially if we go to the monthly chart. Because look at that monthly candle, a bullish engulfing monthly candle that's fully engulfing the last 3 months, the last 2 purple candles that we've had. The month is going to close, guys, in about 1 day and 7 hours, right? So this is very bullish. Now, here's the thing. We know that as long as we hold above this blue line here, right, it's more probable than not that we will make our way back up to basically the area, this area up here, the top of the range, okay, the top of the range. All right, so this is what things are looking like on the weekly time frame. Now, people forget that Bitcoin even before the halving gets massive pumps, right? Look at this. This was the bottom of the bear market back here in 2019, right? When Bitcoin put in that $3,000 bottom. right? The top of the bull market was around $20,000, right? 19 something, give or take, right, on some exchange. So this was the bull market top, right? This was the bear market bottom. And then the relief rally, all right, we were closer to the bull market all-time high than we were to the bear market all-time low before we got that double bottom, right? And so it's not going to really be, in my opinion, like the biggest deal in the world if we get a push up to 50K, right? If we get a push up to 50K, and then, you know, then we could get a double bottom. But that's not crazy to say that we're going to hit 50K just based on past cycles, based on the volume area, the volume profiles. And if we pull a fib from the high to the low, well, we can see that basically right around these value area high of the range, we've got the key fib levels as well, right? Now, when we go to the daily time frame, right, we also have some bullish signs here. What are the bullish signs? Well, the bullish signs, guys, are the fact that we are, once again, above the value area high of the local range that we were trading pretty much since the spring of 2023, right? And so we can see we're forming this kind of bull flag here, right? And in my opinion, we are going to see a lot of volatility here. We're going to see lots of potential stop hunts and pumps and dumps. But really, unless we come back down and lose 30K, really, I'd be looking around that 30K area. Unless we lose this, this is still, objectively speaking, pretty dang bullish. Because remember, that 30K level is not just the value area high of this old range. It's also the value area low of this massive range. So we could be expecting a pullback here, but as long as we don't lose 30K, man, that is pretty dang bullish to me, right? So right now, key supports to the downside, if we're going to get more of a pullback here, are going to be, number one, we're going to be looking at 31,869, right? 31,869, that's going to be key. If we lose that, I'm going to be looking down to 29,500. That's also going to be key for me. Now, to the upside, we do need to be aware that if we take a look here at the big fib pull from the bull market all-time high to the low, that we just front ran that $36,000 382, right? We just front ran that. So right now for me, I'm going to be waiting for a breakout, looking for a short around this area, a pullback down to one of these two areas, and then I will be looking for a long to take it basically higher. This is my overall swing trading strategy right now for Bitcoin, all right? Now let's take it down to the 1 hour time frame, see what we got going on. All right, the Bitcoin price has actually just gotten a liquidity grab right here. That's actually pretty crazy. We've gotten a little bit of a liquidity grab. We've taken out these lows. Let's kind of see what's happening here. Let's put on some local stuff. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we've come down to the point of control of the range. The point of control of the range. And we've also kind of got, yeah, we've taken some liquidity. We've come to the point of control of the range. We have not yet come to the bottom of the range here. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's pull a fib from this low to the high. I'm pretty sure we have come also maybe perhaps to the 786. Yeah, look at that. So we've come to the 786. We've come to the point of control of the range here, and we're getting a little bit of a bounce. Let's see, do we have any bullish divergences here? We have slight bullish divergences here. How about the 12-minute? It's not looking so great, guys. Even if we get another little bounce here, it looks to me like we're still going to come lower. All right, especially based upon the 6-minute, looks to me like we're absolutely still going to come lower here. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see how that happens. But yeah, look at this. We are indeed hitting that high volume node here. So I would expect, guys, that we come down a little bit more here. Even if we get a bounce here, I would be looking down toward the 33,924 zone. The 33,924-ish zone. In fact, probably value area low of this range, right around 33,800. So I actually do plan to add to my long trade. Let's come over here to the long trades, right? I plan to add to this long that I am in. If we come down to the value area low of the range, confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket. All right, so let's go ahead and give that a pull. Yeah, take this liquidity down here, guys. Take this liquidity down here, and I will I'll be adding to my long trade down here. Okay, I'll be adding to my long trade that is down here. Now you guys can see I'm in some longs and I'm in some shorts. I'm just kind of playing both sides of the candlesticks here, guys. Playing both sides of the range. And just kind of waiting to see what is going to happen. Alright? Alright. Yeah, so basically, guys, we are trading this range right over here. And for Bitcoin, the next major zone of support is going to be around that $33,800 area. Value area low of the range. What are we going to be looking for down there? We are going to be looking for bullish divergences. And I have to be honest with you, right now it actually looks pretty dang nice. I have to be honest with you. It actually looks pretty dang nice here. Because we are in fact seeing the money flow ticking up right now. Right? We are in fact starting to see the money flow ticking up here. So if we get that big drop right now, if we get another big drop down to this zone, could make for a pretty nice one, guys. Could really make for a nice one, in my opinion. Cool. All right, we're gonna wait and I want to wait and see how this plays out here, guys. I do want to wait and see because potentially we might be able to hop in that trade live. All right. Let's set an alert. Let's set an alert if we're coming back down to that POC. Because look, we might get a bounce here. Right? We might get a bounce here, but we do want to know if we are coming down toward that area. Alrighty. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum here. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Man, ETH dumping on the 6-minute time frame, just like Bitcoin. All right, guys, ETH is a little bit different than Bitcoin in a sense. Let's start on the weekly time frame here. Let's start on the weekly time frame. All right, so guys, ETH on the weekly time frame. Hang on, I've got to remove this. You can see something very interesting about Ethereum. It's just like Bitcoin, we lost the fair value zone here of the range, and now we have come back inside. But we are currently finding resistance here at the point of control of this little range, right? So this is very, very important because if we are able to get a move above this zone, 1800 give or take, it becomes more probable that we will make our way back toward the top of the range, which actually, guys, is around a $3,000 Ethereum. I know that sounds crazy for people. They're like, there's no way we can get to 3,000. Well, here's the thing. Before we get to 3,000, we need to reclaim 2155. 2155, as you can see right here on the weekly time frame, is a very, very important support resistance flip because it was the low back here in January of 2022. Or it was the low in January 2022. And then we can see we've never come back to test that low, right? We've come close, but we've never come back to test that low, and we've been building liquidity just below that low. What does that mean? It means it could lead to a chicken's drinking water, like a liquidity grab, where basically we stop out everybody who's short from here, we reject right from this little support resistance flipperoni and queso, and then, yeah, we get a rejection. So be watching because here's the thing. Although Bitcoin has been really like... Think about it. Bitcoin put in a lower low when FTX went down, right? ETH did not put in a lower low when FTX went down, right? So it basically, I would say like, okay, Bitcoin's getting a move down. Let's check it out quick. Let's check out Bitcoin quick. Let's go to our 6-minute here and see what's going down on the corn. All right, she's coming down. She's coming on down. Let's see how she does. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's really be waiting for that value area low. Dang it, Bitcoin. All right. Oh wow, look at that. We did bounce from a naked weekly point of control here. We got the liquidity grab. That's what's happening here. We got a little liquidity grab, bouncing from a level. Right, but really we're looking for lower here. We're looking for a little bit lower. All right, so let's take a look back at ETH again. So yeah, Ethereum, pretty much in the same boat as the Bitcoin in the sense that, you know, if we get a push a little bit higher here, you know, we could see Bitcoin hit some of its higher targets. ETH has been trading in its same range here throughout the entirety of Bitcoin, breaking up and breaking down. ETH has basically been trading in what some even might consider to be an ascending triangle, a bullish ascending triangle pattern, right? So this could do one of two things here for ETH. I would say, because a lot of people are probably aware of this pattern, and as we get closer to the breakout, a lot of people are going to be looking at this, and they're going to be drawing the trend line, and they're going to be putting their target, I mean, at the target of the high of the range, basically, right? They're going to say this is the target at the high of the range, and yeah, they're probably right, but we do need to be aware of fake out city, right? Fake out city, liquidity grab, right? Stop out everybody who long the top, boom, stop out everybody who's long, and then we get the pump, right? That's kind of what we need to be aware of for ETH, in my opinion, on these higher term time frames, right? Now, let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's zoom in and take a look at what's happening more locally. So more locally, we can see, interestingly enough, ETH is once again back inside of this more local range. And just like how Bitcoin has a high at $36,000, right? Bitcoin has a high just a little bit higher than where we came to last week during the pump. Well, same deal with ETH, right? If Bitcoin's going to reject at 36K for a little bit of retracement, ETH is also probably going to come up to this monthly area around $2,000, value area high of the range. We have a lot of liquidity to be taken from this area here. I would say, yeah, around that $2,000 area. And if we take a look here at Market Cipher B, at least on the daily time frame, let's go down to the 3 hour actually. We can see that we are setting ourselves up for some of these high time frames, bearish divergences, right? We can see that we are indeed setting ourselves up for some high time frame bearish dips. If we get a move up into our zone, we could see it extrapolate the Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man move pattern. In fact, let's go ahead and superimpose this onto the chart here. Right? We can already see the boobs forming here. All right? Yeah, look at that. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we can see that here. Let's make the opacity a little bit. Yeah, look at that, guys. Right? We can extrapolate here. We've already got the left boob, the right boob looking to form, the money flow definitely getting lower over time, right? Same exact thing with Bitcoin here that we've got right now. Same exact thing with Bitcoin that we've got right now. So, yeah, we've got to really be paying attention to that if we get that next big push to the upside. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all are amazing. We got about 685 people in here. We only have about 200 likes. Man, we have a long way to go from our 1,133 likes. Shout out to Magish Dasan. He says double top. Shout out to Vahi DKI. He says we'll hit 40K plus by December. God willing. Well, you know, I agree that it very well could be. MACD forming a W pattern divergence right now. All right. All right. Now we're going to pump. All right. Shout out to Quicker. He says, like the stream for SBS boobs superimposed on Market Cipher B. Shout out to Gazgano Operator. I'm backtesting a new strategy with Market Cipher. Looks pretty juicy. Yeah, I've been doing some juicy strategies myself, scalping and stuff. The pump song starting as we CDW into the naked POC. Yeah, isn't that interesting, man? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, so look, we got a CDW here. You know, look at these bounces. Here's the thing, guys. Like, these trades here make for good scalps. Like, I did take a scalp trade from here. I took a whole bunch of scalp trades today, actually. But look at the money flow. I'd say based on the 12-minute, it's dancing on the line, guys. All right, shout out to everybody who took the scalp, because this is the area that we gave for scalp trade number 1 this morning in the Casper crew. Look at that. And they say TA don't work. But yeah, the next major zone, I would say, is going to be right around this area. Let's see if we can't do something like this, get a little bit more of a bounce, and then come down and get some better bullish divergences here on the 12-minute, right? I would really want to see that really nice kind of for more of a swing trade. You know what I'm saying? Not a swing trade, but more of a day trade, more of a range trade, right? More of a range trade. So, alrighty. So yeah, guys, that's kind of it for Ethereum. I'd say locally, super locally for ETH, right? What do we need to be aware of? We need to be aware of the following, all right? If we're going to take the lows that we put in on Friday, we have a very important support resistance flip at 1686. You know how much ETH loves to wick, right? ETH loves to wick. And so if we get a big dump, even if Bitcoin doesn't take its low, or if it does take a low, be watching ETH right here. 1688, very, very, very key support. And then, of course, to the upside, guys, taking out this high, right? Taking out the high. We've got ourselves that level just above us, the Fibonacci golden pocket, the $2,000 level, right? So that's what we need to be aware of on ETH. Guys, either way, for Bitcoin or for ETH, this is setting us up for lots of people getting wrecked, right? We need to really plan our trades out. And yeah, a lot of people are going to get wrecked here because, again, a lot of people are super, super, super bullish here. A lot of people are super, super bullish here, expecting this bull flag to break out to the upside, right? So yeah, just be careful, guys. Plan out your trades. We can clearly see here that, yeah, money flow is coming out, which in my opinion means the following. I would expect this, a move down to a certain extent, and then a fake out, and then a real dump. The real dump is going to be the pullback that's going to give us the opportunity to get long again. That's just my opinion, right? That's my opinion. So how low are we going to come? I don't know. This could have been the low here before the pump. You know, in my opinion, this is a really nice low. But I'm expecting a fake out of these highs. I really am. I just think I think people are too bullish. People are too bullish. In fact, let's take a look at what's been happening here. The actual order book. Look at this, guys. I mean, this throughout the entirety of the bull flag, we've been seeing traders open up their positions. Longs and shorts opening up this entire time. Now, honestly, this is kind of bullish CBD right here. If we're just going to be objective, see that there's been more shorts opening up in this whole chunk right here than there have been longs, yet price is unable to make a lower low. But whatever the case, one thing is for certain. Since we made this high, right? Since we made the high, we've gone from 400,000 to about 500,000. We've seen about 100,000 on Bybit at least. Traders open up trades here, right? Put their money at risk. What does that mean? It means we've been building up tons of money on both sides of this thing to wreck people, right? To wreck people. People are committed. They are waiting for something to happen here. What that is remains to be seen, guys. What that is remains to be seen. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I better change the music. All right. How does the free market cipher be compared to the real one? I don't like the free ones compared to the real ones, guys, because of the fact that the money flow is not the same, right? That's my biggest qualm, is that the money flow is just not the same, right? Money flow is my number one indicator when it comes to market cipher. That's the thing I look at the most. So if you want to use the free one, I don't care. If you want to use the real one, I don't care either, right? I do affiliate with Market Cipher. They give me a 10% cut if you use my affiliate link to buy it. I don't care if you use my link. I don't care if you buy it from their website. I don't care if you use Ben Armstrong's link. I don't care. You know, I really don't care. But in my honest opinion, I like the real Market Cipher better than any ripoff. Shout out to Jay Bull. Shout out to Jay Bull. Shout out to Houston. He says all these pumps will bait in more and more people, and then a massive, nasty move by down will start, and all these longs will be fuel for the move when it happens in the near future. Yeah, man, I'm driving with that, bro. I'm driving with that, man. All right, well, okay. So here's the deal. Let's take a look back at the trades. All right, let's take a look back at the trades here. So we're bouncing from the high volume to the range, guys. I am really keeping my eyes on this area. Okay, right in here, the golden pocket. I'm talking 33,900 down to around 33,700, where I will look to add to my trade here because I've already taken out a good amount of the position size. I mean, you can see I've taken a lot of profits out, and I took a lot of profits out early as well. I entered this trade on Friday and then just set my stop loss, set my take profits, and let this thing kind of ride. Took the short early this morning here. But yeah, if we get that retracement, I'm definitely going to be looking to add to the trade in this zone. Move my entry up to around where we bounced down to. Hopefully double my position size. And hopefully take it up to a new high tomorrow or Wednesday. That's kind of my overall goal. If we come down to the purple box and we're not seeing Sam Bankman-Fried's bullish man boobs, then I myself will not be adding to the long trade. I will keep the short trade open, and I will wait for that bigger pullback on Bitcoin. Shout out to Lane Hughes. He says 36,270 could be a juicy short. Shout out to Jagged Mountain. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to Trader Geo. Yo, bro, we're going to collab soon, right? Me and Trader Geo are going to be doing a collab. So stay tuned for that, all right? Stay tuned for the collab with me and Trader Geo. Man, we've got some trades open on Bitcoin, huh? What's the promo code for Market Cipher? I don't remember. I'm sorry, man. See, this is how you can tell I don't care if you use my link or not. I don't know what my discount code is or even what my code is, man. I don't know. There's probably a link in the description. Right? Shout out to Divine Hood. Bro, did you see the Model 2 distribution I posted? We could have seen the third tap at the 786 in confluence with the big pitchfork. I didn't see it, but yeah. Yeah, I agree that, like, the high could be in. The high could be in. I feel like it's not in, man. I'll tell you why I feel like it's not in, right? Because we had this weekend. This weekend price action shady, so I just feel like there's unfinished business at these highs up here, right? In fact, let's take a look at real quick. Let's take a look at the Coinbase chart, because I think Coinbase will shed some light upon the situation just a smidgen. So let's go to the Coinbase chart. All right, Coinbase, as you see, didn't get that huge, massive wick, right? What we did was we basically put in a double top here, right? Coinbase put in a double top. And so, man, this just looks like it's begging to get taken out, does it not? A double top liquidity? You mean to tell me that we have this here, right? We have these three highs, and that's not going to get stop hunted? I don't know, man. I don't know. This is interesting as well. This is actually pretty interesting here. Don't think too much about it, but it is still interesting that we still are making, we're still making lower highs and higher lows here. We're still in consolidation, right? This thing is absolutely going to break. It just makes so much sense to me that whatever happens here, we're basically gonna fake everyone out, right? People who are looking to short this thing, they're gonna get faked out. People looking to long this thing are gonna get faked out, right? Eventually, we're gonna form some kind of range here. We're gonna see what the market really wants to do here. All right, we're about to liquidate top Bitcoin real fast in a few minutes. We're gonna pump, you mean? I think we're gonna pump. Jason the Mooney. All right, shout out to Trader Geo. Yeah, we're gonna collab. All the tube is bare. Trust the pump. Is tube bare? I don't know. I haven't been watching crypto YouTube at all because I've been away. I have not. All right. I have not. Shout out to... I lost the comment now. Shout out to J Bull, by the way. J Bull comments on every video I post. I appreciate you, my friend. God bless you. So, Sakari is still waiting for 31K correction. Do you think there will be a possibility? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I do. I mean, look, that 31K level, in my opinion, is the support resistance flip, right? That is the support resistance flip. It's the support resistance flip. So, yeah, if we're gonna fake out this triangle, that is going to be a very important level. We also have right around this area multiple confluences, right? Take the fib from the last impulse before the high. It's also the 618 Fibonacci. We also have some interesting single prints there that will be filled from this big candle to the upside. So yeah, there's a lot of confluences there, in my opinion, that that could really give us a nice bounce, right? And that would destroy a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all 800 people in the chat. Shout out to Freedom Man. All right, man, 800 people. God bless all of you. Do I make my own bread? You know, I don't make my own bread. Well, yeah, I do, I guess. If I'm gonna eat bread, I use sprouted millet or sprouted buckwheat flour. I just do water and flour and cook it in a pan with some raw butter. I'm not really a bread kind of guy, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's take a look at the stock market now. All right, I want to take a look at ES. Hang on, let me turn off this stuff here. Actually, did we hit that level? Nah. We front ran that level, guys. Can you believe that? All right, so long story short, guys. All right, long story short. Last week in the Casper crew, we were looking at this long trade here. Actually, hang on. For some reason, I can't see which we were looking at. We're basically looking, and I think I even talked about this on live stream. I don't really remember. We're looking to basically long Bitcoin because if we go down to like the 2-hour time frame, sorry, long the S&P 500, we were seeing some bullish divergences forming, and we were basically saying if we take out this low right here with bullish divergences, we could expect a move to the upside. Well, we took out that low, and then this morning we actually opened up. Literally, we gapped up above that level. I personally did take a long here because of the bullish divergences. So I am long right now on the S&P 500. In fact, yeah, let me see if I can't. Pop up the trade here. Yeah, so I am long here on the S&P 500, as you can see. Because I don't have my VPN on, it's all screwed up, right? But yeah, I'm basically long here. When that gap, this level right here, I basically longed it, set my stop loss, went about my life, and then when we gapped open, just kept my stop loss, kept my position, and here we go, man. Bullish divergences, they play out nice. All right, so let's talk about targets and what I think could potentially happen here. All right, let's talk about targets and what I think could potentially happen here. Objectively speaking, guys, the S&P 500 is pretty bearish right now because, look, you guys know for the longest time, you guys know all about my long trade that I took from here. Right, I was expecting more of a retracement back to the value area high. Unfortunately, we only came up to the point of control for a rejection, right? We came up for a rejection. So, you know, unfortunately, that long idea didn't work out, right? Thankfully, I didn't take a loss on it. I just didn't make as much as I was planning to, right? That's okay. I hit a partial on it. It's all good in the hood. Now, what we have to understand now is we have broken down from this thing, right? And so now we're just in a downtrend. Right, we're in a downtrend, so we can expect lower prices to come in. Right, we definitely saw the bearish Sam Bankman man boot pattern at this high up here. Right, we saw the momentum waves getting lower. Good old SBF upside down. Right, so now what? Now what? Well, we are coming to, in my opinion, a very important support resistance flop. All right, support resistance flip flop right around here. Right, this is obviously a key area. Right, let's make this box not the same color as the candles. Right, so we can see that this is going to be important here. If we lose this thing, right, I would extend it down. to around this area. This is the weekly time frame. If we lose this zone, we could see much lower prices. But this is a clear support resistance flip. It was resistance in May 2021. It was support all throughout the fall, winter 2021, 2022. Then it was flipped into resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4 taps, right? And then we can see right now, potentially, it could be acting as support. So this box right here is still an area that I'm going to be looking for long trades. And whatever long trade that we actually do get from this zone here, right, in this green box, even if we come down a little bit lower here, if we do come down a little bit lower, right, take a look at Market Cipher. We could very easily see now some bullish divergences coming in. All right, let's say we do something like this, right? We could very easily see now bullish divergences, which means we could potentially long a lower low and then look to take it up and short a lower high, right? I'm leaning more bearish than I was back here in the beginning of October. And where would we look to take it to? Honestly, we would look to take it to the back test of now this range, right? Which is going to be right around 43.28, and then we could expect something like this, and then another low, right? If we're going to continue in the bear trend, this green box is key support, either where we're bouncing at right now, or also, guys, we have this old range right here from the beginning of 2023, right? So if we just go ahead and pull this volume, we can see that around this area, around 4,100, give or take, we have this little zone, which is currently below where we're at right now. So keep your eyes on this mini range here, right? Keep your eyes on this mini range. We're in it, right? If we take the lows again with more bullish divergences, that might be the move. Or, you know, this might be the move here. I don't know. We're going to have to kind of wait and see. Either way, I have gotten into the long trade, and I'm about to hit my TP1 here. I think it's going to hit kind of soon. I can't really tell because I don't have the VPN. But yeah, I think I'm about to hit my TP1 up on here and take half the position out, to be honest with you, because honestly, we're in a downtrend. So when you're long in a downtrend, you got to be quick with the profits. Q with the P. Q with the P. Alrighty. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at, guys. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the stock market as well. So Bitcoin, guys, getting a little bounce from that level, that naked point of control that we had around 34. Let's see what happens here, guys. Let's see what happens with this. I don't know what is going to happen. Shout out to Lane Hughes. Shout out to the Crypto. He says, thanks, Mr. Schlong. Well, thank you. What trading view chart do you use when using the BingX Exchange? The Bybit chart. Can we look at Cardano? Maybe. What about gold? Yeah, we could take a look at gold. Shout out to everybody who likes raw butter. Shout out to everybody who likes raw butter. I'm making bread as we watch. Shout out to Ben Spada, who's making bread. Ben, are you making bread? Is Ben making bread? Ben's making that bread, baby. All right. Yeah, okay, we'll take a look at gold. We'll take a look at also the dollar here, because those are going to be two important assets as we move into volatile times, guys. Volatile times. All right, so we'll take a look at, first of all, the dollar. Dollar going straight to Chop City, okay? Guys, the dollar is going to Chop City, but the dollar's going to Chop City. This could be a resistance for the dollar. We know we're coming up to a key area here, right? This is clearly a support resistance flip, right? Money flow coming out on the daily. If the dollar gets a retracement here, right, we could really, I would say, look at how beautiful this level of support is for the dollar, right? This is actually a really nice bottom because we have a range, right? We put in a low, and now we put in a higher high. So if we're going to put now in a higher low and we're going to see the dollar continue to pump, which I believe we will for a little bit longer see this dollar pump, all right? A little bit longer, we're going to see the dollar pump. And what a great place to come down to. This would allow Bitcoin, in my opinion, to get its last big move up to those very high prices we were talking about. Then Bitcoin can get the retracement. The dollar can do one last hurrah, leading into the halving, which in my opinion will correlate with the Federal Reserve turning on the printing press of WAR, right? Because the only way to keep a fiat currency from collapsing, well, you need some enemies, right? You need some enemies. You rotate them. The Muslims, the Russians. The Muslims, the Russian. You rotate them, you know? Use the same script. Either you're with us, or you're with them terrorizers, right? And then that gives the excuse to print the money. You go to war. Lots of cool stuff happens. That's bad for the dollar, but it's good for risk assets. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. That's what I expect to happen, guys. That really is what I expect to happen. Alright? Alright, so, raw honey is a life hack. Man, I love me some raw honey. I love me some raw honey, and I love me some raw milk together. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Divine Hood. Just curious, would you have taken a scalp on that SFP into the weekly POC on the 5-second? Let's check that out quick, Divine Hood. Would I have taken that scalp on the 5-second? Yes. Yep, the 5-second. Would you look at this, man? The 5-second told us not to long this. If anyone's watching this, I've been scalping the 5-second with really, really good success lately, okay? Look at this, okay? We come down to the NPOC. We get the local divergence, we get the money flow, and we get the more macro divergence. Yes, that had given the signal to take the long from the NPOC. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? The 5-second, man, gives some really good signals. Alright? I know it sounds crazy. Go watch the video I made 2 weeks ago about how I scalped the 5-second time frame. Alright? I show all the trades, all the receipts. Right? So, you can actually do it and be profitable. It does really good stuff. All right. Right. We need enemies. The 2 hours of hate from 1984, right? Where you just hate people, you know, for 2 hours or 2 minutes of hate. 2 minutes of hate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Draco TV. He says, I'm from Israel. I don't have much loose. I'm using 100x. Be careful, bro. Alright, be careful. Please be careful using 100x. I should raise bees. I don't know about the bees, you know? I don't know about the bees. Yeah, alright, we'll take a look at gold now. We'll take a look at gold. Everyone I talk to about bees says they fly away over the winter. And it costs like $600 to get a hive and a lot of time. Alright guys, so gold and Bitcoin kind of doing the similar things here. Let's check out gold on the macro. Huh. That's weird. What happened to my... Oh, here we go. Hang on. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is gold. Let's see what we got on here. Alright guys, so this is gold here. Gold obviously is pumping, right? Ever since basically October 6th. Isn't that crazy? So, you know guys, this is why I always say that the technicals predict the fundamentals. That is crazy, right? October 6th, gold gets its bounce, okay? The next day, alright? The very next day, and the market was closed all weekend, right? But the very next day, something happened. Fundamental news comes out that's bullish for gold. But gold bounced from the value, well, not quite, but it got that bounce. That's so interesting. You always see stuff like that happening, right? So, here's my view on gold right now, all right? I have never traded gold, all right? I'm starting to dip my big toe into gold, all right? I've got a golden big toe. I'm looking for one of two things, all right? First of all, I'm looking for another liquidity grab of the highs. to give us a pullback, right? There's no way I'm going to be long in gold here. I just can't do it, man. I know other people can. People probably bought the dip here. If you did, congratulations. Because I've never traded gold before, I'm not looking to scalp it. I'm looking at the higher term time frame stuff. What I see is around 2070, right? On the Oanda website here, chart, we have this double top, which means if we do this, everyone's going to say gold's breaking out. Then we can get our pullback. Once we get our pullback, I'm going to be putting on my spectacles of analysis to see, you know, what's about to happen here. All right. Right now, what would be really nice is a pullback to the golden pocket at the low of the range. Are we going to get that? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But just objectively speaking, if this was the Bitcoin chart, I would say the two trades that I would be interested in would basically be, one, to take this, or two, to take these lows, right? That's just the two most obvious, juiciest trades that we have here, right? Now, second opportunity, in my opinion, is we get this, we get a pump, and we start to get the pullback. If we get that pump, right, then you could say we have our nice low, high, our higher low, we've made our higher high, and then we could look for a local fib, maybe from here to wherever it comes in. Let's say we get a pretty big pump and we don't get like a fake out. Well, then we could just long basically the retest, right? We could long the retest, which would be coming in somewhere around this area here, right? So that's really the only opportunities I see right now to get into gold. Those are the only two opportunities I see right now to get into gold. You know, we could zoom in on the lower time frame. All right. Because we do have this range here. We're in a very strong uptrend. So look, if we're day trading this, what do? We just pull the fib. Honestly, so look, if I was day trading gold right now, I would say I would want to see move down to the golden pocket, lower the range, and get a bounce from there. Honestly, that's what I would be looking at there, right? I would need to see some kind of pullback to long gold, to short gold. Am I trying to short gold right now? Not unless I get a really, really good setup, I'll be honest. Now again, I'm dipping my toes into gold. I'm a crypto trader. I've just started trading the stock market. You know, I used to trade Forex back in the day, but not like I'm trading now. All right, it was swing trading, very low key. I did it like as a hobby, pretty much, right? So I'm dipping my toes in. But either way, gold is going to be bullish. If Bitcoin is bullish, gold's going to be bullish. I mean, you know. But another thing is, you know, they say gold's manipulated and that they can cap it around 2,000. So if that's true, look for that liquidity grab, right? We could see already the weekly time frame setting us up for a divergence here, right? The upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man-boo pattern. You know what I'm saying? You know. So yeah, I should day trade oil. I should day trade oil. Shout out to Cyber Rida. He says joining the Discord is probably better than joining Market Cypher. Well, Market Cypher's not a thing you can join, it's an indicator. And if you join my Discord, I pretty much only give setups using Market Cypher. So I love Market Cypher though, I really do. Alrighty. Yeah, gold and silver's manipulated. Yeah, it's manipulated. I agree with that. That's why I'm looking for that liquidity grab of the $2,000 zone. Draco TV says that the war is going to be for at least 1 to 2 months. You know, I hope you're right, Draco TV. I have a feeling in the pit of my stomach that this is going to be a never-ending thing. Just like other ones that have happened in the past, you know? So, but hey, if it's quick, I hope that's true. But I highly doubt that. But I hope you're right, man. I really do. For the sake of everybody involved. You know, I hope it's a quick one. All right, guys, we got about 750 people in here. Only about 400 likes. Let's see if we can't smash the likes. Also, guys, I'm going to be on Trading Wars I'm going to be on Trading Wars later today in about an hour. So make sure to stop by, support your boy on Trading Wars. All right, basically, Trading Wars, you have an hour to trade. Whoever has the best P&L at the end wins. It's really tough. You basically got to gamble. You can't wait for the setup. You have an hour to make a decision. So, yeah, that's going to be on in about an hour. All right, so shout out to Divine Hood. He says we're hitting the local golden pocket. Now we can come down to our target at 33.9. Cool, man. Maybe that'll be the trade I get into on Trading Wars. We'll have to see. But, yeah, that's true. Let's pray for innocent lives and everything to stabilize. That is my prayer, right? That always is my prayer. In every conflict, prayer for the innocent lives that get caught in the crossfires. But you know, Magic Internet Money, he's a good trader, man. How many years have I been trading? Man, I've been trading, I guess, since 2018. Since the bear market of 2018 is when I really started to get into it. Trading Wars, it's just search for the Trading Wars YouTube channel. Yep, Debate Crypto channel. Debate Crypto. I'll tweet the link before the show starts, all right? Yeah, the Debate Crypto channel. Do I use ICT fair value gaps in my TA? I don't, Draco TV, but you know, I know if I say ICT and fair value gaps and order blocks, YouTube likes those words because everyone's into it. It'll help my video rank better. So thank you for the comment. But yeah, look, all TA is the same thing, just using different terms to discuss the same thing, in my opinion, right? So however you learn it, there's a billion ways to skin a cat, right? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out. I gotta do some stuff before Trading Wars. God bless you all. God bless you all. Look, even if you're pray that you and your family are blessed. So, may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face towards you and give you wholeness. In Jesus' name, in Yeshua's name. Yeah, they should get Tino on Trading Wars. That would be great, you know? Alright, guys, I'm going to head out. Peace.